Hello, everyone. That was pretty funny. Yeah, so I tried doing a little countdown thing, and as I was doing that, we got all messed up. Anyway, good morning, internet. Oh, I forgot to add a comma in one spot. My wife's gonna kill me. Yeah, she made me go back in and edit the thumbnail down there to add in a comma. Oh man, she's gonna rip me up. I can't even edit it now because we're live. Oh, anyway, hi. So, welcome to our Friday show, the end of our first successful week here. Thank you all for showing up as you have all week long. Um, right. Cool. We're all up and running everywhere. Yeah, so Comic-Con started yesterday, and everyone's falling all over themselves to get you all the info about that. But, anyone can do that. I have to talk about silly little stories maybe that fall through the cracks. And maybe possibly one or two little things. I don't know. Anywho, so the first story that was falling through the crack was, y'all remember Chernobyl? Some of you may be too young. That's kind of sad. It's at least something you should recognize as knowing it's the, I don't know, worst nuclear accident in the world ever. Worse than the Japan tsunami thing. Because this one, like, just spread out a ton of radiation all over Europe. Now, all right, it didn't spread it quite all over the place there like that. It's mostly in that really dark red circly area. And, humans still don't live there. But you can't stop all the animals from going in. What are you going to do? Build a wall around something to keep everything out? So people are now worried that, animals that come and go out of there could start spreading mutations amongst their kind. And the main one that they're worried about is wolves. Because wolves tend to have long ranging areas when they go from place to place. And one of the main things I'm worried about is this how we get werewolves? I don't know. Because it could be. But truth be told, I had to bring up this whole story because it reminded me of the SNL bit. Here, I'm popping up an image right now, and that's just, if you watched SNL back in the 90s, I'm pretty sure it was, because that's when Dana Carvey was on. You remember this bit? I can't even link to it because it'll it might get it taken down because it's a copyright infringement, or maybe. But there's a bit where Dana Carvey's playing Tom Brokaw, and they're pre-taping things, and for some reason they pre-tape what happens if Gerald Ford gets eaten by a wolf. It's of course ridiculous, but you gotta look it up. SNL, Dana Carvey, Gerald Ford by wolf. You gotta watch it. I'm not even going to give away the punchline. That's how funny it is. And as whenever I see anything concerning wolves, I think about that bit. All right, so what's next? What's next is more of you people out there that are go crazy and get upset when things are rebooted, and they're rebooted in a way that you don't like. Damn it. Yeah, I did it that time. So their Netflix is restarting She-Ra. If you don't remember, She-Ra is just the counterpart to He-Man in that universe. I believe I never really watched She-Ra at all, so I don't have any kind of point of reference aside from just knowing of She-Ra and at least thinking that she's the counterpart to He-Man. And He-Man, who looked ridiculous with all his muscles and perfect blonde hair. Wasn't his name Prince Adam? You would think I would have liked He-Man more. Anyway, so that's what She-Ra used to look like. And this is what She-Ra looks like in the reimagining. I'm leaving both pictures up so I can switch back and forth between easy. So people are complaining that she looks too boyish now. And it's, come on, people. Let's not get hung up. All right. I was checking out the actual symbol on her chest, and that kind of looks like the same thing. And because of course they're going to get smart and they're going to do away with the plunging neckline, although they didn't for Wonder Woman. They kept Wonder Woman's outfit still that way, but this is definitely geared more towards kids, smaller kids. So they've aged down everyone. She was obviously a lot younger, so you don't want to make her look like the most beautiful woman in the world. That's one of the things that popped up there as people were commenting about, and it's kind of shocking. And so the one of the co-creators of She-Ra even spoke up, and he is J. Michael Straczynski. His name's been on everything on that's awesome sci-fi that's been created, and he came out in discussion of this and was like, we never considered or wrote She-Ra as the ideal woman. I think that phrase never appeared anywhere in the Bible that we wrote. Also these tweets can be found in, I probably should have linked this, shouldn't I? I can click this. Yes. I'm gonna link this in the show notes on the Tubes of You. And go. So now it's in the Tubes of You, and I'll find a way to add it on Twitch. Don't know. Hey George, how you doing, buddy? I might be joining you guys in your stream tonight. If you watch things on YouTube, uh George Hayes, he's in the chat room, say hi. Mobile Geezer and my brother, Simply Your Device, host a tech discussion live stream on Friday nights, and I may be joining in today because no games today. No games today, meaning normally Friday nights I host board games at my house for friends, and it doesn't look like we're doing that today. Wow, I'm like, ooh, shiny. Anyway, hey George. So what was I talking about? Oh, J. Michael Street. Oh, and I added this to show notes. Hopefully, it doesn't look like I have to hit save. So let me know if they're showing up in the note. So yeah, so She-Ra. This is just so ridiculous, and I bring it up. If you want to troll me or yell at me, whatever, I'm sorry, but come on, people, let's not hate on everything that they do for us. That they do for us, meaning the corporations realize that we want this stuff, reboots of stuff that we liked in our, because if we just keep pooping on it and trying to knock it down, that's when they stop doing these. And in a way, it would be good if they stopped doing these things, because then they would create more new things for us to enjoy. But it's still nice seeing little bits and spurts of stuff that we. So sorry, I don't mean to get preachy about things, but come on, please. All right. So that was She-Ra. Let's hit this here. Oh, we're resetting back to everything. All right. So our last big item of the day is a new movie coming out called Patient Zero. And it stars, even though he gets third billing in this poster there, Stanley Tucci. And it also stars one Matt Smith. People in our genre, that's not a people that follow me know him as the 11th Doctor. Yes, 11. And people might know that he's British, and here he plays an American with an American accent. Ew. Yeah. He does have an American accent. Got at least two of them. because every once in a while it sounds like some New York comes in, but in general it sounds kind of Texas. And no matter what, maybe I'm sure I'm being too critical. I'm sorry, Matt. Like you're watching this, but of course it's going to sound weird to me hearing anything other than uh whatever the English accent is. As I know that there's 17 different types of English accents. Uh, so and hearing anything other than the usual coming out of him is terrible. All right. So like I said, Stanley Tucci here seems to be, according to the preview, the main bad guy. And before I go on talking about him much more, I did want to bounce back because I need your guys' help out there, because apparently Variety has a story that they confirm on the YouTube page that this movie comes out on digital August 14th, and it's going to be released in theaters September 14th. So this is the first time I think I'm ever hearing of a movie that comes out on digital worldwide before it comes out in theaters in the US. And that's kind of exciting to me, because if this movie does indeed come out on digital before, I would consider buying it. And again, I am pretty stingy with my money. I guess not, with all those games back there. And oh, look, I bought new backgroundy stuff, because see over here, there just used to be racks of stuff. Here we've got a nice Incredible Hulk poster, and there you can only see the bottom part of it. I'll rotate it in sometime. There's an original artwork for Muck Time in Star Trek, the original series episode. That just for George there. But I'm trying to get a little better about stuff. So, hit me up in comments if this has been a thing before, because I don't think it's been a thing, and I'm kind of excited that they're doing that. I'm all for them trying to release stuff in on digital earlier, because I don't like going to the theater because it's such a hassle. But it's got a lot better with the bigger chairs, but that's another thing. All right, so see, this was supposed to be a shorter one because I only had a couple little things. Anyway, so Stanley Tucci is one of the guys. Oh yeah, I didn't talk about the movie at all, really. I will add, you can just search Google for Patient Zero movie trailer 2018, and you'll be able to see it. And it's a zombie type movie, but the twist to this one is Matt Smith got bit. Not Matt Smith, but the character he plays got bit by a zombie, but not enough to turn him. So, and somehow these zombies have their own language that he can actually understand and communicate in, because since he got bit but not turned. And so that's what they're going off of. And they eventually find Stanley Tucci, who is a zombie guy, but he's way more laid back and cool than all the other ones. You can see that on his face. He does have the little zombie eye stuff going on, but he is cool and calculating and can converse in English with Matt Smith, which of course you're not going to want Stanley Tucci on a whole movie where he's just doing grunts and groans and clicks. That would be a waste. But you know what? With Stanley Tucci here, he's a good actor, and I look forward to seeing what he does in this role here. But I have a secret desire. I have a desire to see him adapt an earlier character of his into. Because how fun would it be to see a zombie of his character from the Hunger Games? Come on. Hello, I'm gonna eat your brains. Ha! Ha ha! Sorry, I know that got loud in the mic, but I absolutely love that character. Like, he was weird, that character, weird and over the top. But then when Stephen Colbert grabbed him up to do Hungry for Power Games, if you haven't seen this bit and you're a Hunger Games fan at all, you should definitely look that up on YouTube also. Hilarious. Yeah, so come on. All right, this menacing and all and scary and all, but this See, they could have two totally different feels to the movie. That's just. And this movie also stars one Natalie Dormer, and you might know her as the sultry queen for like 8 minutes on Game of Thrones. And she also made out with Captain America in the first movie for a hot minute. Haha. And so anyone can hop on the internet and show you gorgeous, beautiful pictures of Natalie Dormer. I am going to show you pictures of her getting attacked by a rat in an air duct. A rat that has been zombified. Not just a regular rat, because they'll just bite. But this one, nope, is a zombie rat. That's awesome. Yeah, and I've got no couth about me showing that kind of stuff off. All right, so I did mention that I was not going to show you anything Comic-Con related, but there was one thing that came up that I cannot pass up, and that is the announcement. Wow, it didn't even pop in there. What the heck? About this one? Supposed to have a picture here. Can't add anything? Oh, well, see, now I've talked too much about it, so now I got to go about it the long way. Sorry, everyone. But there's many announcements at Comic-Con all the time, and most of them I can bypass and not have to talk about right away. But every once in a while, you get something like this. But blammo, look at this. 10 forward vodka. Go boldly, drink responsibly. I can avoid this one because it's a vodka. I've somehow managed so far to avoid the officially licensed James Kirk bourbon. Just because I'm like, nah, that bottle would be cool sitting back there on the shelf, but I'm gonna go past that. You have something bourbon related coming in about Star Trek, but this one I can avoid because it's vodka, and I'm just not a vodka drinker. But the part that makes it kind of, I enjoy that they got the licensing, I'm assuming, for the bottle. Yeah, they're naming it 10 forward. Yeah, they have to have stuff because it is NCC 1701D on the bottom. But the distiller is sending up a small amount. I gotta think it's like a thimbleful of this vodka up into space. And when it comes back, they're going to mix that with the rest of their vodka. So in a sense, every bottle is going to have a little bit of vodka in it that went up to space. All right, that it's stupid and ridiculous, but I kind of like it. And that bottle is pretty cool. I have no idea how much it is, no idea where to get it yet or anything, but it was a fun little tidbitty thing that I had to throw. So that's all we got now. Next week, I'm not going to be able to avoid all the Comic-Con information, but I figured everyone else in creation is going to be jumping all over themselves to see what's going on with Comic-Con today, like trying to jump on the first stuff that came out yesterday. So next week and in the future, we'll talk about some of the things that came out. So that is all we have now. I hope that everyone has a good weekend. If you seek some kind of news stories that you want me to cover or something, dang it. Right there is all my socials. Please subscribe or follow depending on which platform you're on. You can subscribe also on Twitch because that'll help me, I think. I don't have a lot of followers yet, so I don't know if I'm in their subscription program thing yet, but we'll see. Thank you, everyone, and have a great weekend, and I will catch you later.